Yeah, like I feel like you just don't hear that often, like 10-year anniversary.
Because we've been married for less than 10 years, obviously, but we've been together for 10 years. Like I think that's fair to say. Like, yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah. No, and I think that after that trip was when I was like, this was all like this, not this, the most scared I was in terms of nervousness about like, how are we going to get home? Like, this is crazy going somewhere where I was scared because I didn't even speak the language. And then after that, I was like, well, that was one of the craziest trips I've ever taken. Now everything else would be easy. So yeah, that's the secret.
Weekly check-ins.
Weekly check-ins. Just being honest, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. The recording app was running and I reacted in shock. Why the f are you recording this? Then I stood up, paid, and went home. Now she's calling me an asshole and abusive over social media.
He is transferring everything over $6K into an account I didn't even know existed. So I called him out on this and he breaks down and tells me that he just wanted something that was only his.
Hey guys, it's Cesar.
And I'm Carla.
And welcome to another episode of Carla and Cesar's Modern Life.
Episode 54.
54 episodes. It's been a year since we dropped an episode. Last episode we dropped was January of this year, 2025. But it was about the same subject, our anniversary. Last time it was our 9-year anniversary. This time it's our 10-year anniversary.
Hey, the kids are going wild.
Kids are going crazy. 10 years since we started dating.
Cheer.
A cat cheer? What was that? What does a cat cheer sound like?
Meows.
Oh, okay. Like positive meowing.
Yeah.
So how do you feel? 10 years.
Good. I can't believe that it's been a year since we were posted.
I know. Well, we did. We led
And
a podcast. So we did the
yeah.
reaction to Tyler, and that dropped in July. But podcast, it's been a year. Yeah. Time just flew by. I feel like we just recorded an episode.
Besides that, though, I feel about our anniversary.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. And I feel like, yeah, like I feel like you just don't hear that often, like 10-year anniversary.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Because people do that. That's normal to celebrate when
For
you
sure.
started dating. Not just because we've been married for less than 10 years, obviously, but we've been together for 10 years. Like I think that's fair to say. Like, yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
Someone asked me about it the other day, and I realized we've known each other since 2009.
Yeah.
So that's wild. Too.
Yeah, since we both started working at the ice cream shop, Gelato Paradiso, in Newport Beach. We don't work there anymore, so it's fine. We can say that, right?
Did we ever work there while we were recording? Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Not we're recording this.
Well, not this, but like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
didn't do other episodes.
Yeah. In the past, yeah, yeah. So that's where we met. We met there in 2009. We worked at there was a store with different. It was a company with different stores, so we working at different stores. So it wasn't until like maybe a few years later, after 2009, that we worked at the same store in Newport Beach in Fashion Island, and we were just friends, right? Were you just friends?
Yeah, we just started hanging out more, and we had like a lot of like hobbies in common and like interests. So we started going to the observatory all the time. Shout out good old days of the observatory.
Yeah, before it was
We were there like at least once a month easily for a while.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just kind of like,
I remember I told you that if you ever wanted to lower your standards, that we should go out.
right. You
I
did
said it
say that.
jokingly and that planted a seed.
You did plant a seed. I thought that was hilarious. Like that's so like your brand of humor, Caesar coded. But no, I do remember that story because I thought like I had to elevate my standards because at first like I feel like because your energy was different like in terms of like how it affected like my nervous system that I was just like this is different, like it's weird, so it's like, you know what I mean, like I was trying to like rationalize like my feeling towards you, especially because you are a few years younger than me. I was like, no, like this is gonna pass, like I'm not gonna like say anything, but I knew that it was up to me to say something because of like I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Oh, well, I just had some bad experiences with liking people that I worked with, and it's just not a good experience. So I didn't think I was ever gonna, try to ask somebody else.
It wasn't a bad experience. It was just like not
the best experience, I guess. I don't even know how to describe it.
I just basically knew that I had to like make the first move.
Yeah, and you kind of did. No, well, kind of, right? Because it was like I knew that you liked me, and so I made you tell me. That was pretty much. What happened?
Right. What if I hadn't said anything?
Yeah, to somebody else. Oh, to a friend of mine.
Or yeah, or just in general.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
But yeah, anyways, that's the story. I love to tell it.
So we worked together at that ice cream shop for years while we were still dating,
hmm
and then you became a flight attendant, and then
You
um,
proposed right before I left
yes,
for
yes.
that.
That was in 2018 that I proposed, February 2018,
hmm
and then we got married in Joshua Tree in April of 2019.
On a Thursday,
On
and then we
Thursday.
went on a mini honeymoon to Coachella.
Yeah, Coachella. Coachella. That was 2019. So it was Josh Gambino, Ariana Grande. I think Tame Impala was on Saturday, and that because that led into the Sunday service on because Kanye was doing Sunday
hmm
service. So that was a fun thing to do. We
Super.
took a lot of people that we knew with us to Coachella that year because we got married in Joshua Tree.
It
So
was
people,
a few people's first times too.
that was so fun.
hmm
Yeah, so during this whole time that we this happened, we got engaged and then we got married in Joshua Tree. You were a flight attendant, and that led us to have a lot of fun trips because of that. A lot of stuff, a lot of places in the United States I've never been. Mostly Chicago because that's where you were
hmm
first
Base.
based out of.
hmm
And now, because I went there so many times. I mean, I don't remember how many, but it was a few. Like,
Yeah,
I really liked
me
Chicago.
too. I miss taking the train.
Yeah.
It was just so beautiful. I mean, I got really lucky because I was there from May to October.
Mhm.
So it was like
Never
perfect
got to experience
weather.
winter.
Didn't experience the winter. I mean, eventually I did,
Yeah.
but my first 6 months it was beautiful. I love the way it rains out of nowhere. It's the rainy season during the summer, which is the rainy season in Mexico where my parents are from.
Mhm.
So it was very like nostalgic for me. So it felt like like it felt like a place that was like comfortable to me, even though I had never been.
Nice.
So that was cool. We got to go to Thailand for our honeymoon.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, we got to spend a few days there in January of 2020.
mhm.
Uh, that's
And then we
crazy.
went to shit.
And then, yeah, that was probably so. Yeah, so then January 2020, we got here. It was like a little after New Year's, I think, because we went for your birthday or after your birthday. Your birthday's January 8th, so it
hmm
was
We went where?
to
Oh, that's
Thailand.
when we went?
Yeah,
No, I think we went later in the month, but
December. Oh, okay, later in January. It
yeah.
was in January.
hmm
Yeah, and that was probably one of the craziest experiences in terms of traveling because of the fact that it was all standby flights. And I'm sure talked about this already, but it was just a crazy experience because it was like we didn't know if we were guaranteed a seat on the plane. And so we flew to Japan, and then from Japan, we took a train from one airport to the other, right? And
Was
then
that there on the way there? That was on the way back, no? No, on the way there, we got stranded in the airport
in Japan and Thailand. Oh no,
in Japan
Japan.
because we were there for a few hours. So we figured, oh, it's cool. Like we can go out and like go somewhere real quick in Japan and
All
then
right.
come right back. But then once we went in the wrong way, we should have like exited there. So we
Mhm.
should have gone to what's it called?
The customs.
Customs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because we didn't, we were trapped in the airport
Mhm.
and we couldn't leave and it was miserable. We tried getting like one of
Forgot
those
about that. Yeah. It was like where you run
blocked it
a
out.
bed for like
Yeah.
an hour or something so you can sleep,
Yeah.
and it just didn't work out. And yeah, it was scary. It was scary because of the idea of like, well, we don't know what's next, and we're just stranded here in the airport.
It wasn't scary to me.
Well, I remember I was like not happy about it.
You were not happy about it, no. So that was, I think that for me, that was a hard part of being a flight attendant because I wanted us to go everywhere, but because like you're more like you like to stick to a routine and like
Mhm.
um not as spontaneous, I guess, which is like fine, but I feel like that was one thing I didn't think about when I
Yeah.
became a flight attendant for sure.
No, and I think that after that trip was when I was like, this was all like this, not this, the most scared I was in terms of nervousness about like how are we gonna get home? Like this is crazy going somewhere where I was scared because I didn't even speak the language.
Mhm.
And then after that, I was like, well, that was one of the craziest trips I've ever taken. Now everything else would be easy. So I think after that trip, I was like, well, anywhere else I go, it's gonna be easier than that in terms of
Yeah.
like how nervous I was about it.
hmm
And then it was just unfortunate that after that we couldn't travel for a long time.
Right.
And I think that's what it was. Like throughout the whole time you were a flight attendant, I was like little by little, like, because I never liked traveling before. So I had to get used to it, and then I was like really into it, and then after that Thailand
It
trip, it
was
was
like
like a big change,
taken away
and then it was taken
immediately.
away. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and also when we were in Japan or in Thailand is when like COVID was first breaking out, like in the news, like they were just starting to show like, oh, something's up.
yeah.
Like
But I mean, I didn't know how serious it was
me
until like
neither.
February, until stuff started really shutting down.
Hmm.
So back then, I was like, oh, like you hear about that stuff, but it doesn't get to you.
Well, I knew it was serious because when we were in Japan, they were already, what's the word?
Oh, or like just screening you for your temperature and stuff. Yeah.
That and also it was like, what was the word? Quarantine. They were
Mm,
already quarantining people.
hmm.
And so we got to see like how advanced like everybody else was like when
Hmm.
it came to something like this. And so that was scary because it opened up my eyes to like what the hell else are we not, like
Yeah.
privy to that other people are. And like yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So yeah, our friends actually got stranded in Thailand and they couldn't get back to their home in China.
Yeah.
And so they had to like make their way back here. But yeah, that was wild times.
So yeah, we went through that. We had a great time in Thailand while we were there. It was an island, so it was really cool. We walked up a mountain and a waterfall.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, so then we came back from Thailand, and then COVID happened for a few years, and that was I feel like a big transformation in both of us. Before that, I had short hair, and now I have long hair. And before that, you had long hair, and now you have short hair.
Yeah. No,
Um,
I mean, it was shorter. It wasn't this short, but I guess I was on my way.
yeah, yeah. You never got to shaving your head until more recently.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Almost 3 years
yeah.
in April.
Oh wow,
Hmm.
time flew by.
It did.
So yeah, I mean, while Carla was a flight attendant, I think the hardest thing we went through was the distance because
Hmm.
we went from working with each other, so seeing each other basically every day, to not seeing each other for like 4 or 5 days at a time. Because it wasn't like a week you'd come back, but so it was kind of getting used to the life that like that. Yeah, so then all that led to, the situation that we're in now. If you because that was probably up to like 2022, and that's when we started doing this podcast.
Hmm.
And we both talked about the career changes that we had on this podcast and how it transformed basically the people that we are today,
Hmm.
going through all those changes. And I think that one of the things that we like, in addition to like that hardship, which was experiencing that long distance relationship, we also sometimes when we still can fall into this where we're not on the same like wavelength,
Hmm.
and I feel like that's something important that we need to always check in with ourselves.
Right. Hmm.
How would you describe that, I guess?
Like, just because we talked about it, we decided to do it like every Thursday. We sit down and we like check in with each other and
Mhm.
we just talk about anything like we haven't said out loud that we might be thinking about that involves the other person.
Yeah.
So, I don't know about everybody else, but I do that like in general. Like I'll just like, I don't know, like have open tabs,
Mhm.
and it's just like checking in with each other to see where we're at and how we're doing. I know for me, it's hard to vocalize like my needs sometimes, and I tend to lean really like what's the word? It's like too independent,
Mhm.
where it's like I forget that I can ask for help.
Mhm.
And that's one of the things that I just only recently realized. I mean, I think I always knew, but I didn't know like to the extent that I was like hyper independent type of thing. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Yeah, and I think I can see that, and that's where we have to like say communicate with each other. And I feel like that happens with me too. I feel like I want to tell you something, or I just put it off, and then I made a big deal about it in my head, and then I could have just had that conversation with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the biggest lesson that when people like, because people ask you like, what's it like to be married, or like, what would you say to so like that
Hmm.
cheesy question, but it's always like just communicate with your partner.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, even like to the point where we've talked about it on the show where we had to decide that we wanted to be in an open relationship. It was like getting to that point of like what's wrong here, and what do we need to fix, or
Hmm.
what's the problem here, and we
Right.
talked about it, and that's really important in that aspect too, is like being open with how we feel and what we need. I mean, like I said, it happens to this day. Like we don't have to get into the details of it, but like I was scared to tell
We've
you
already
something.
talked about it, so
Yeah,
yeah.
and So that's what I'm saying is like I wanted to express something to you, and I was scared to tell you, and then I just told you, and then that was the end of it. And it was
Mm-hmm.
like, why was I so scared to tell you something? At the end of the day, like you know who I am, and like like why is it so scary sometimes to talk?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's scary because you think like, oh, what if the person doesn't take it the right way, or like it's scary like the idea of like losing each other, but I think at the end of the day we both know we want to be together, and we know like ultimately like we're gonna be on each other's teams, and like if not, like it's better to just like know
Hmm.
like where the other person is. So it's like it's not scary. I think it's a matter of practice.
Hmm.
'Cause yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's a matter of practice because if you don't do it, then it becomes intimidating, even though you just that's why you have to do it more regularly.
Yeah.
And so we try to do that weekly, but it's always, it's sometimes we don't do it, but it's just about making sure that we're checking in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the secret.
Weekly check-ins.
Weekly check-ins. And just being honest, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how you make it 10 years into a relationship.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, I feel like both people have to be like on the same page and like as invested as the other person, because like you can only do so much if only one person is trying to do like that's not sustainable like in any
Yeah.
relationship. So
Yeah, but it has been a year since we dropped an episode and we've had all 2025 of life that we've lived through. And it is the end of the year now, at the end of 2025. So how was it? How was the year for you? Like what are some of your highlights?
some of my highlights more recently, we tried fostering a cat, or I tried fostering a cat.
Hmm.
I didn't tell Caesar. I just kind of like was like, here we go. I found this cat. No, it wasn't a random cat like that. It was like a cat my friend takes care of in her backyard. So she's been taking care of her for like 7+ years since she's lived at this house. And I've been going there regularly like for maybe 3 years.
Hmm.
And so I've gotten to know this cat, and she is a stray. She lives like in the neighborhood in the backyards and stuff. But yeah, she stays close nearby. Her name's Kiki. She's so cute. And so she got sick. We took her to the vet, and then I took her to her follow-up, and then they told me I needed to keep an eye on her for like 24 hours. So I brought her home to like keep an eye on her. And then I figured eventually she would hopefully get comfortable here, and our cat would hopefully like be down to like meet her. And that was not the case. She was very much wanting to be outside because that's what she's used to. And it was really sad to like keep her here against her will, because when it was just her and I, she would be perfectly happy and like um doing all the things, but then with everybody else, she was not okay. So what I thought would translate to just any person was not the case. She's really only cool with my friend and I.
Hmm.
And so that I didn't know, I was not anticipating. I did potty train her, which was really cool to know that I can potty train a cat.
Yeah.
She's so smart. But yeah, she's a hunter. She's loves being out, and like I've seen her eat mice. So she's gonna be fine. But I just, yeah,
And she's doing fine
she's doing
as of
fine.
the
She's
time.
healthy. Yeah. But it was, my friend and I were talking about how it's wild how like we can think like, oh, this is the best for some like this cat. But in reality, it's like, no, she was just fine.
Where she was.
But you know what? I'm glad that I tried it. And as heartbreaking as it was, it helped me like process some emotions that I needed to feel, because I cried so much when it just wasn't working out or going the way that I wanted it to. But yeah, I am glad I still get to see her all the time.
Yeah, yeah, no, that was really sad because it was like it was hard also because there was a storm, so we kept her for like 2 weeks here because it was raining really hard for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
at the end of that, when it was finally safe to when it was not raining anymore and she was okay to go back, it's been good since.
Hmm.
Yeah, it just sucks because like if there was a way where they could have gone along or like she
I
wouldn't.
think it would have been fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was curious about meeting baby Groot, but it was not reciprocated. And so, yeah. But baby Groot is so happy now. She was instantly relieved. It was really cute. So that made me happy knowing that it was better for both of them. Besides that, I spent a lot of time gardening. I took some more classes at OCC, some horticulture classes. That was cool. I got, I think, 1 or 2 more clients throughout the year, so not too many, but I've been comfortable with the pace that my business has been growing. But yeah, the garden at the community garden gave me the confidence to offer that as one of my services. And I grew carrots for one of my clients recently, and they were super happy, and they were fun to grow. They helped me water them because carrots like a lot of water. And so now I know that that's one of the services I can offer, and I'm looking forward to hopefully more opportunities to do that. Um, the biggest thing for me this year that I'm happy about is that I'm becoming more comfortable and okay with being misunderstood. And what that means is just like not being for everybody. And as a recovering people pleaser, like nothing makes me more happy than knowing that this is weird to say because I'm not in, maybe I'm in my villain era, but I'm not trying to be like mean when I say this, but I, it makes me, it gives me encouragement when people don't like me because it means I'm being more true to myself and not trying to be somebody for them to like me. So, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's been interesting this year. I think that the thing that set this off for me was a book I read or listened to on repeat in audiobook when I was working at my last store. It was called The Courage to be Disliked or something like that. I'll have to look it up. We can put the book right here. So yeah, it's been years in the making.
So you've been working on this for a while?
Yeah.
Nice. So it's like, so from what the book cover says, it's like the freedom and just not caring what people think and just being your authentic self.
Yeah.
So it's there.
I think the whole time we've been doing this podcast, I've been on the journey of pursuing this, but every day, not every day maybe, but every few months, I just find a new person on YouTube whose teachings I really like, and then it consumes me. No, I really enjoy learning all these new ways of thinking and facing my fears and yeah, just growing as a person. And shout out Joe Hudson and Peter Crone. Those are my latest binge watches on YouTube.
Nice. For me, I would say the big thing that we did was we went to go see Kendrick Lamar and Cesar and the Korean National Tour.
Oh, yes.
In May.
Same for me.
That was really fun. We went to SoFi Stadium and we got tickets in the pit, so that was really worth it. And yeah, it was like one of the best concerts I've been to. It's like it was almost 3 hours of show. And I don't even know.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to, yeah, those
it was for my birthday.
Yeah, Christmas and
yeah.
And shout out to Jason too, who went with us. And that was really fun. That was
yeah.
Outside of that, there was the radio show, the Rodriguez Show. We stopped doing it on the radio in April. Now it's just on YouTube. And one of the big things we did after that was we did a Mondo and then Ken and Bell and I went to a forest in LA and we recorded a DJ set. And that was cool. That was like the first thing we did after the radio show ended. The radio show ended exactly 10 years to the day that we started it. So 10 years.
That's crazy.
And that was 10 years without missing a Friday. And I thought after that, I think I could stop. But we're still doing stuff for that. We just dropped 3 mix videos on the YouTube channel for the Rodriguez Show. Mondo's doing a mix. Chronica, our friend, and Taff, all 3 of them. And yeah, I mean, that's still going. Yeah, so the Rodriguez Show's still going strong. And then
I've seen your work, like your what you post, like just like your equipment has gotten like better or maybe not better, but just
Yeah, better. Yeah, it's last time that we had recorded an episode, I only had the one camera, and I have three cameras, and so that's really paying off. It's making the work higher quality,
Hmm.
and so that,
The
and then,
creative part of it too, like the way you lay things out is really cool to
oh,
watch.
thank you. Yeah, I try to have fun with it now that it's not a weekly thing. I have to rush for the Rodriguez show,
Hmm.
and then I just did start doing a lot of client work, so that's probably one of the reasons why we haven't really done a podcast here for us either. We did record some reactions, and yeah, I'm still working on those, but like. Yeah, it's just been a thing. The business is growing, and I'm trying to grow it even more in 2026. Rodriguez podcast, and Carla gave me some flyers and business cards also for Christmas, so I
Hmm.
appreciate that. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
um, and yeah, just doing that. I think getting in touch with my inner child and just connecting with the person that I want to be, and just not being embarrassed at the stuff that I like. Even though, like even though I didn't think I was that person, but like I started watching wrestling more this year, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna start watching it. And I know not a lot of people that I know like it, but that's just something I
It's
enjoy.
okay. Hmm.
And so that was something, and that just has brought me like a lot of joy just doing that, because it's like you said about the freedom of just not caring what people think. I wasn't really as self-conscious about. I was, I guess, self-conscious about it, but I also just kept myself from doing that, like doing it just for whatever reason. And then I just was like, well, if I feel good, I'm just gonna do it. And so I'm trying to make a lot more time for myself to do fun stuff, even though I'm pretty busy often. But
You
yeah,
don't think you were doing that before?
I think I was trying to find something that was gonna give me that feeling, and I didn't know what it was before.
Mm.
And it's always music, and music always gives me that feeling. But there was something else too, and I just connected with something in wrestling that it makes me connect to when I was a teenager. I have good memories with my dad watching
Hmm.
it. So yeah, I mean, what can you do? You can
Yeah.
only enjoy things that you're bringing joy, and that's just one of those things. Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
And yeah, just taking life uh, by how it is.
Hmm. Day by
That's
day.
day by day, just trying to have a good time, and still working a full-time job, and just dealing with what that entails. But uh, overall, I would say it's a pretty good year, and I'm excited to see where we're going in 2026.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we had some questions from our friends here before, because I put up we're doing an episode for our anniversary and we wanted people's questions. So the first one, our friend asked, how do we keep the fire lit in our relationship? I think we talked about it a lot at the beginning, 10 years. And I think it's just communicating. And I feel like I think I have one answer, and then I let you answer in a second. I feel like I've been rambling. I just feel like trying to pay attention to what you need from me, and just trying to be there for you is like my thing. Like I feel like just being there is what makes you want to be like, be appreciate the person because they're there for you. I don't know.
Hmm.
Does that seem too simple? Does that make sense?
Um, no, like you're saying that you're trying to like do that more often.
Yeah, I feel like that's what keeps you
Just being present.
being present. Yeah.
Yeah.
It keeps the relationship going, and it keeps you, caring about the person. It's just trying to be there for them and being present, like you're saying.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like um the heaviness of like everything happening in the world too makes it hard to like have like that on top of like work, school, and like all the things you have going on. Like it's like it has to be conscious sometimes. Like
Mhm.
it's not automatic. So like um yeah, just you would like both for both of us, I'm saying like um just being more intentional.
Mhm.
Because it's not necessarily always automatic, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's easy to take it for granted, like take each other for like that can happen if you don't pay attention. Just be
Hmm.
like, well, that person's there for me all the time, but it's like no, like try to think about them too all the time. I don't know. Like that's not. I mean, I'm not telling you that that's the answer, but like that's what I think in my head too. Like
Hmm.
just try to think. Sometimes I try to. I feel like I think too selfishly, and I'm trying to step away from that. Um, so yeah. Another question I feel like this is a really hard one is how are we so cool? You know?
I think just letting each other be our own person.
Yeah.
I think that that's a big one
Yeah.
because I don't know. I feel like when you start to make the other person different, like that can be suffocating, and
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
Yeah, I think trying to leave space for the other person to like flourish, like you're saying, like and then in terms of the coolness, I just feel like I try to do cool things. I don't know.
Yeah, I do credit you for like a lot of the cool things that we do because you're really creative and you're always thinking about like places you want to go and like people you want to see, and it's always fun. Um, which props to you because that was in our vows, like
We did
making
say
sure
we did cool
did
shit.
cool things. Yeah.
We did cool shit in the vows.
Really?
Yeah, in the
That's
vows.
funny.
We
I hear
both did that. And that was one of the things too when we got married that people don't know is that when we did the vows, we both went online to look for a template on how to write vows, and then we ended up using the same template. And we didn't know until we were standing in front of each other at
No,
the
we did
altar
know.
that we use the same template.
Yeah.
Well, because in the recording of the vows, it's like we tell people we use the same. I guess because we knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew that we did. That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think at this point I like to think that my life is cool because I do a lot of cool things, and I try to think about like I try to pursue my interests, and that, if that means like doing something cool, like it is like sometimes I have to do things by myself because I think of like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I don't like even like let's say I wanted to go watch wrestling, and we went to San Diego, and we went to San Diego together, but I went by myself because it's like it's still cool. Like, and I think that's something too. It's like just because sometimes you don't have somebody else in the moment to share it with, that doesn't mean you should hold back from doing it yourself. And I've found a lot of joy in doing a lot of stuff by myself sometimes.
Yeah. My more serious answer, I guess, is just be always like growing. I don't know. Not that there's like, not that it's wrong not to. I'm just saying like be curious about yourself and like what makes you you. I feel like that's what makes me cool. Because, yeah.
And that you ride a Vespa.
Oh yeah, that's true. I ride a Vespa. That makes me pretty cool. That's true. Facts. I spend time with plants a lot. So I feel like that makes me cool. Oh, and yoga makes me cool too.
Yo, man. I could tell you what makes me cool, but I could talk for an hour. No, yeah, I would
Very
say,
Gemini of you.
yeah,
I like it.
that's all I'm gonna say. I got inspired by Timothy Chalamet. Just be myself, be confident.
That was a really good movie.
And as we just watched Marty Supreme. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the scenarios, the Am I the Asshole scenarios. Are you ready for these?
Yes.
All right, let's get into the first one. So I'm 32 and it was my first date with a 27-year-old woman. It was at a dinner at a patio-style restaurant and it was going well. What I didn't like is that she put her phone on the table as soon as we arrived, but she wasn't checking it, so whatever. The issue was drinks and appetizers arrived and I moved her phone to give the waitress some space. The recording app was running and I reacted in shock. Why the fuck are you recording this? Then I stood up, paid, and went home. Now she's calling me an asshole and abusive over social media. Her main point was that I left her when we had previously talked about giving her a ride back home after the date. And also that I was rude as hell for raising my voice and using swear words. Which, okay, I did, but it was a shocking experience and it was a real natural reaction. So am I the asshole? To everyone asking, this happened in the greater LA area. I am from California and you need a two-party state consent, like you need two people to agree to record each other. But I am a brown Latino immigrant, and I'd rather not have the police involved, especially not these days. So he didn't want to call the police, even though he was in his right to not be recorded.
I'd be surprised too.
Yeah, I'd be like, what the hell? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, like it seems pretty common sense that you should ask somebody like for their consent.
Yeah.
But if I were him, I would want to know why she was recording.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have like rushed off.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was the only
Sounds
counter
like
argument that I could make was that like maybe she was just doing it for her safety, but the fact that she wasn't transparent about it is a weird thing. Because it's like I get it, like I mean I don't know, I'm not a woman that goes on dates, so I don't know what the safety measures to take are, but I would assume that you want to be, want to have everything on record, tell your friend where you're going and stuff like that. So this is just like, hey, I want to have a record of what's going on here, but if I was on a date and the girl started recording, I'd probably be like, even if she told me that, I'd be like, well, this is kind of weird. I don't want to be recorded on a date. Like, well, maybe me specifically because it would help because then I do feel more comfortable being recorded with talking to people than not. So I'd pretend it was a podcast. But in general, like it'd be weird. Like I don't think I could even I would walk away gently from that too. I'd be like, I think I'm good. I don't want to be with somebody that's gonna record me like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because what a weird way to start anything like that. I mean, if you're going on dates, you're probably, I mean, who knows, maybe she just did it for the meal or something. But I would imagine you're trying to like build a relationship with somebody. Why would you want to start it that way? But also, I just thought, what if she thought, or what if like he's dating someone and then she's doing it to be like, oh, look, we went on a date.
Oh, like to get him proof on cheating or something? Oh,
Maybe that's
wow.
why he reacted like that. I don't know.
That's true.
But I guess he would have disclosed that.
Yeah,
Or
and
he
then
would not be posting this.
he's also saying that he might be an asshole for stranding her because he gave her a ride there.
I
So
see.
now the whole argument about her recording for safety doesn't make any sense because why would you get into a car with a stranger to begin with if it's their first date?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, I would say, yeah, I mean, he left her stranded, but I mean, it's not like they were in LA, so she could have just got an Uber. Like, hey, you lost some money. That's rude, but is it an asshole move?
It's like equally
Yeah. And the
rude.
guy said he didn't want to call the cops because he's an immigrant. I get that. I wouldn't want to call it. I don't want to involve the cops for this either. Like,
Yeah.
if you're just recording you, I mean, I'd be like, well, that's weird, but I'm not going to call the cops on you for that.
Yeah.
Just leave me with just heck. So yeah, you're both kind of assholes in this scenario, but I totally get where you're coming from, dude.
Okay, second scenario. My husband and I, both 32, have been together since we were 19. Our entire relationship feels like it just blew up in my face, basically, and I can't tell if I'm overreacting. So we both wanted one child, and we have planned this for years, and years is in all caps. We wanted everything perfect first: the home, the career, the savings, the investments, the nest egg, etc. Because we both knew from very early on that once we had a baby, I would be staying home full time and raising our child. His brother's life was unfortunately cut short by a daycare worker when he was just 5 months old,
Oh, wow.
back in 2017. So daycare wasn't an option basically, and we need to make sure our ducks were in a row so I could stay home and be a full-time parent. 2 years ago, we were sitting on $500,000 in investments, a few nest eggs, and different types of savings and bonds accounts. We bought the house. We even bought a damn boat. Everything fell into place finally, and we started trying for a baby. We now have a perfect 4-week-old daughter. I have been out of work since I was 5 months pregnant due to placenta abruption, but otherwise everything went fine. She's perfectly healthy, was a good weight, and I bounced back from the delivery fairly quickly because of how much of a support system my husband was. He did more than his fair share while still working full-time, which is partially why I cannot tell if I'm being dramatic or if this is hormones or postpartum depression. Like I am legitimately livid. So she gets a call to go over health insurance options and whether or not the baby is eligible for state insurance based off of our income. I had already given them all of our info when they called and was just waiting for all our info and assets to be pulled. Anyway, she calls and says we aren't eligible because my husband makes too much money and that we need to add her to our private insurance. Absolutely no problem at all. I kind of figured that anyway. But then she offhandedly mentioned that my husband is making more than 10K monthly gross and that the cutoff for state insurance is 7,830 monthly gross. Well, here's the issue. For months, my husband has been telling me that he only makes 6K a month after taxes. So I get off the phone and I log into my husband's computer and into his banking, and sure enough, his monthly take home is bordering around 8,500. He is transferring everything over 6K into an account I didn't even know existed. So I called him out on this, and he breaks down and tells me that he just wanted something that was only his. Please keep in mind that all of my money has always gone into our joint account that he uses on a daily basis. So he is hiding money from me so he can have his own money while plugging away at mine. He has over 45K in that account, while telling me last week that we couldn't have steak for dinner because spending $38 on 2 steaks was a waste of money. So I told him I am putting the baby in daycare and going back to work because obviously I need to safeguard myself if he is hiding away money. Something feels off about it. I don't know. He instantly started crying because of the daycare trauma. but I truly just don't trust him financially anymore. I no longer feel secure here. I said I changed my mind and I don't care if he cries about it. Am I the asshole?
I mean, that's crazy, right? That's pretty clear that there's something going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he doesn't trust you with his other bank account, like that's weird. Like he's planning an exit.
Mm-hmm. And that's what she was asking because she was like, is it my hormones? Like, am I crazy? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? But I think that she should trust her intuition because it obviously, like, you know, it was a signal. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like you should trust that.
Yeah, like if something's telling you something weird here, especially that you discover that, like that'd be nuts. Like, what are you
Mm-hmm.
doing? She said they have everything. They bought a damn boat.
That's what she said. Yeah.
So why are they like? Why is he being so weird with his money?
Yeah.
But that's how rich people stay rich. Is like they can't be spending money on everything. But also, that's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just, it seemed, I think it gave the impression that maybe he's like stashing money away from her in case they break up or something like that. At least I think that's what some of the comments were saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just suspicious
Yeah.
more than anything, I think.
It's like so they have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's an asshole because yes, it might be traumatic for him, but it might give him the opportunity to like work through his trauma and like not have to hold back from like, you know what I mean? Like maybe it's an opportunity for him to do that. And so I don't think she's an asshole.
No, I don't think so either. I just think that it's weird. And yeah, I mean, eventually he's gonna have to face the whole because you need daycare unless you're gonna watch the kid all the time yourself, you know. All right, last scenario. The other day, it was my boyfriend's birthday, and I booked us a couples massage at a pretty high-end spot for us. He'd never had a massage before, and I thought it'd be a good idea since he's been stressed at work lately. Anyway, we're in the same room with two female therapists. I look over at him, and we're like 10 minutes into the massage, and I'm shocked to see he has a very obvious erection standing straight up, making a tent in the sheet. While I was surprised, I knew it didn't take much touch to get him hard, so I tried to ignore it. However, I look back 10 minutes later while she's massaging his leg, and the thing is visibly pulsing through the light sheet.
Oh my God.
I'm actually getting mad and also embarrassed at this point because it's so obvious there's no way the therapist wouldn't see it either. We flipped over on our stomachs, and 30 minutes later, the massage was done and the therapist left the room. He got off the table and was still hard and was trying to hide it while he got his robe back on. I called him out on it, and he claimed he just couldn't help it. And when the therapist was rubbing his legs and butt, she brushed up against it, and it made him like that the whole time. What made me even more mad is when we got home, he asked if we could book another appointment for the next month with the same therapist. I asked why, and he said she had strong hands. I should note she was very attractive, which is probably the main reason. I blew up at him, and he got very defensive, saying it was my idea, and now we've been fighting about it since. Is it overreacting that I didn't want him to go back to the same girl that apparently brushed into his genitals? What do you even go for?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, is
that normal?
I mean,
Have you gotten a massage
I don't think
before?
I've gotten a massage where, I don't remember getting a massage ever, but I would say that I don't think it's bad that he wants to go back because I don't think he anticipates anything actually happening. I think it's just like he liked what it felt like and he wants to do it again. And if it was with the person that gave him a boner, like I don't think he's gonna cheat on you.
Yeah, especially because he's trying to go back together. Right?
Yeah. Like if you're there,
and like this is their job. They're not like, or maybe he is thinking that it's an automatic like one of those shady places. No.
Yeah, but if he was already like upset about the fact that he got aroused and he's like I want to go back, he's not even thinking about that because it's like your wife's upset at you because you're that and you're like, well, I still want to go back. He's not even
like he's not like
he's not going to try and do that if she's already suspicious about that is what I think. And I think it's just literally all he liked how
like he's because he's insisting that it's this specific person.
Yeah, because she has strong hands.
Because she had strong hands, yeah. That's valid. I feel like yeah, like I wonder, I guess I don't know if it makes a difference, but I do wonder if like this is a common occurrence for men because I feel like either way, I don't think it's a big deal.
In the
But
comments, women were saying that they get aroused when they get massages. So what's the difference?
it's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's lame that you didn't enjoy your massage because you were worried about your husband's massage and then like ruined it for both of you guys. Like I feel
Yeah.
like it's not fair, so you are the asshole. Like,
Because you were so preoccupied over there, because it's like, well, what can you like? Even before he told you, you should know that sometimes that's involuntary.
yeah.
And then the fact that it still was there. That means that it's not like something happened. No, like nobody helped him out with that. He just kind of just kept it, and he must have been embarrassed in that situation. But what can you do?
Yeah.
He didn't say that he was embarrassed, though. He didn't say anything about how he was. He said he tried to hide it, but
Yeah.
that was it. That's funny though.
That is funny. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you ruined it for yourself by getting mad at his boner. So, but the part that I think we missed was also that she brushed up against his genitals, I guess.
Yeah.
But that could have been an accident.
Yeah.
Who knows? Now that that's reminded, I was like, maybe she was, but nah, I don't think so.
I don't
Because
think so either.
especially in a couples massage situation, like I don't think anybody's trying to do anything shady there.
Yeah, and also like how obvious was she being that she was like watching? Like obviously they're not gonna like try to do something in front of you. Like I think you're just paranoid. Yeah. Maybe
There's a
this
little bit of
is-
insecurity there. I mean, it makes sense given the situation, but
Like I feel like you already have had to have like a problem with him and other women in order for you to be jealous in this scenario. So maybe there's more information that needs to be given in this one because that's yeah.
So some people are just insecure, but
Yeah.
I agree though.
What was the consensus in the comments for
The
this one?
consensus was that she was insecure and that he's weird for wanting to go back to the same one. So
That is odd because then he obviously was not embarrassed.
No.
Yeah.
So that's it for the scenarios. This is one of the longer episodes we've done, I think. 10 years. Yeah, it's an hour. Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in.
It did not feel like 10 years.
Well, no. Time flew by.
Mm-mm.
It's been 100 more years.